goodness. Wow. Cleveland's defensive line is ridiculous. Wow. So that's how we're starting this thing tonight. Creating one of the greatest defensive lines of all time in Cleveland. What's up, all caps? We're warming up out there. What's up, Cortez? Vic? Listen, let me redo the. You're not coming up on my. What's up? What's up? And everybody said, "What's up, Maps? What's up, Ronan? What's up, Vic?" There we go. Goose Creek in the house. What's up? Think the Raiders? Yeah, I think the Raiders are gonna break my heart. You know, I was really wanting Genty, but they never talked him down. He just kept going up instead of down. So I'm expecting Genty to go next. No, the Cowboys are not grabbing Shador. They're gonna let Shador. We have my boy Joe. We have my boy Joe Milton now. We don't need Shador. The best of luck to Shador. My money's on Milton. Yes, it started. They're down to Cleveland pick, which Cleveland traded with the Jaguars. And now, what's up, Vic? Missed y'all too, man. Uh, Cleveland traded with the Jaguars to move down to 5. So the Jaguars selected Travis Hunter, and then Cleveland got Mason. And to me, Mason is more of an impact on that team than Travis Hunter would be on Cleveland, because Mason and that defensive line is going to be, come on, man. I wouldn't want to play against Cleveland. Oh, I love Milton. I absolutely love Milton, Justin. The reason why I love Milton is the reason why I said this to someone earlier today. I said Shador's ceiling is Dak Prescott. Because tell me something else Shador can do that Dak Prescott can't do in either or. They both won't be runners. They both are going to have to depend on their accuracy and their throwing and all that kind of stuff. You know, they're not dynamic in any other way. They're going to need people around them to throw the ball to. Joe Milton, on the other hand, can extend plays. He can throw deep. Now, if he can play quarterback as well as Dak, then we got something. You know what I'm saying? And that's yet to be seen. T Mac or Golden? I'm going back and forth, Julio. My video game self wants Golden, of course, and my brain says that Tet would be much more solid of a pick, especially with Dak. And don't forget Tyler Warren, y'all, when you're talking about offensive weapons. He's a huge offensive weapon. If he falls to 12, don't forget about. I think I would much rather take Tyler Warren at 12. There he goes. Genty's gone. I would much rather take him at 12 than maybe Golden at 12. See, I'm going back and forth. Until today, I was like Golden, Golden, Golden. Now I'm scared to pick Golden. Genty is gone to the Raiders. That's good. I'll get to enjoy him with the Raiders. Genty in Vegas. That's the only person I would talk about trading up for was Genty. But no. There's so much running back talent in this draft. It's ridiculous. I can't wait to see which running back we're gonna get. Shador's going to Pittsburgh or the Saints. Yeah. Lazy Cowboys didn't trade up Virginia. We'll be fine at running back, I hope. Because one thing I love What's his name from Denver? I can't think of his name right now. I love him. He's a thug. He was a good running back, hard nosed running back in North Carolina. He's a year after his surgery. Should be really good for us in short yardage situations. So now we can pick like a running back, a third down back that can block. Like Travion Henderson is a great blocker. You know what I'm saying? If he falls to us somehow, not the first round, of course, but if we can maneuver or get some trades in and move around this draft and get Travion Henderson, that would be a good compliment because Travion can block, can catch, can run, can do all those things. I'm just geeked on who our running back is going to get. Probably tomorrow, and I wouldn't be mad if we got a running back on Saturday. Yeah, I'd rather trade down than get another offensive lineman there. I'd rather trade down and get another offensive lineman and another player, another third or something like that. You know what I'm saying, B. Mackle? If we're going to invest in an offensive lineman, at least shave off and bring another player in. I'm all good on the new head coach, Thomas. Thomas, it's weird that, on all the emotional stuff that happened at the end of the season, right now I am the most complaints, not complaint. Well, I'm not happy with. I'm okay with everything they've done since McCarthy's gone. Yeah, I was caught up in why did he stay the whole season and all that kind of stuff. I was caught up on stuff that like stuff that I can't control that was yesterday. But as of the end of the season, and they got rid of McCarthy, from that point on, the Cowboys they hadn't made me mad at all. Henderson would be Travion would be a steal. He would be a perfect complement to what we're trying to do too. A superstar in Dallas. But see, that's what I'm saying. Who, what's my man's name from Denver? We just got the running back from Denver. I don't know why he was on my man team, and I can't. Sometimes I'm getting old, but he is what Scatterbo is. A thuggish type running back that is not that fast. Who's our new running back from Denver, guys? Who's our new running back from Denver? Somebody tell me. I hate when my brain. I'm old. I need prefasion. Come on, from North Carolina. From North Carolina. He used to play in University of North Carolina. Our new running back from Denver. Javante Williams. Thank you, JJ. JJ is the winner for the night. Thank you, JJ. But Javante Williams, he's thug. He's the same thing as Scatterboo. Thank you, Brett. And what's up, Brent? Brett and Brent was back to back. Thank you, talk. Yeah, I wanted Genty too. I put it out of my mind all up in these videos because I know it wasn't gonna happen. What's up, Bobby? Oh yeah. All right, there we go. Debating Madden. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I don't know what happened. It just froze out on me. And I was saying something about something very important too. Why you just finding about frozen grapes? I did. I did. Hey, Brett. Hey, Brett. You know what's funny, Brett? You know what's funny? That's why you know Brett has been here a long time because every year around this time, around the draft time, I try to stream and my stream is messed up because I did not pay my cable bill. And right before I came on the stream tonight, like an hour before, I paid my cable bill because I was like, wait a minute, let me make sure I pay my baby. And I was definitely behind. So thank you, Brett. You are absolutely on top of your game tonight. I do mess up on my cable bill all the time. And you know what's so messed up? I have my credit card on file. I just had to press a button. All my membu. Brett facts. Yeah, man. Tom. Oh, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. No, I'm no longer a YouTube partner. They kicked me out of the YouTube partner program. Can you believe it? That's what I was saying right before I got cut off. But now you're gonna enjoy commercial free entertainment by Shango. No more commercials. I don't think I'm going back to being a partner as well either. I didn't get kicked out. I was partnered with the company, and the company that I was partnered with, they sunset their program with YouTube. So when they sunset their program with YouTube, I went down with the sunset. So they contacted me and said I can go ahead and go directly to YouTube and become a partner again. And I was like, eh. Let me not have advertisements all over my videos. Let me not have the algorithm listening to everything I want to say. Let me live in this world for just a bit and see if not being a YouTube partner is a little bit better than being a YouTube partner. So I didn't get kicked out, and I'm a rules follower. I wouldn't get kicked out. Ted's gonna probably be there, man. Chicago's not gonna get him. New Orleans don't have a quarterback to throw to him. Carolina could do it, but no, Carolina just no. Carolina could do it, but if he doesn't go to Carolina, Ted's gonna be there for us probably, which is crazy. That's right. I hear you. I know. I hear you, Clarence Bryant. I don't want a running back. I want the running back. The only thing about that, Clarence, I doubt, especially with Dak Prescott, I doubt the Cowboys would do the type of running that is required when you have a player like Genty. You know what I'm saying? So with the way we play, it might be best for us to have the Pollard type, another fast guy who can take a pass, take a screen, and make people miss and all that kind of stuff to complement our offense. But the way the Joneses want to play, they're going to always throw the football in Dallas, man. They're going to throw the football around. It sells tickets. It entertains us on TV. The one guy who tried to run the ball was Bill Parcells, and he got ran out of Dallas. Let me turn these lights up. My lights are. I think we need more light. I think that's the problem. Not that light. There we go. There we go. More light. Let there be light. I'm all in on Henderson, Michael Cooper. He's one of my favorites. I keep losing their names. The kid from Central Florida, RJ. And then Gibbons from Kansas, I really like. There's so many running backs. My man at Tennessee, I really like. Of course, Bashil Tutin, the one that was fastest to combine, I really like. There's so many running backs I really, really like. Really like. No, I have not seen it yet. I was supposed to go see it today, uh, between school when I dropped the kids off and pick them up, but I had too much to do today. What's up, ASAP Pops? I'm doing great, man. Life is good, actually. McMillan, please. The dollar. Hey, Grimy. I think everybody's in on T Mac, unless there's a trade down situation, which I will completely welcome any type of trade down. Isaiah Bond. Isaiah Bond might be still faster than Golden. That's the one thing that worries me about Golden because it. I want that speed. I've always wanted that speed, that good speed receiver that can stretch the field or whatever. But he doesn't. It doesn't pop off the screen like it should be for him to be that fast. You know, and with your naked eye, Bond looked faster, and they say with the quickness drills, also Bond was quicker within these drills and stuff like that than Golden. So Bond, might be the speed guy from Texas. Still might be Bond, and that's not taking anything away from Golden. That's just telling how good Bond is. Now Bond might be an idiot. What I'm hearing, I don't. I'm just now hearing about what he did or what he didn't do or what kind of trouble he's in. But there is that. But then there's another player like that, Tez Johnson from Oregon. My boy, he's gonna be like in the fifth round, probably sixth round. I'd love to steal that dude because he's football fast, and it don't show up on the 40 time, but on the football field it shows up like crazy. Carolina took Ted. Carolina took Ted. Oh man. Oh well. Oh well. Ted to Carolina. Good job, Tetaroa. He would have been good. It would have been good. It would have been good. Trade back. This will force us to trade back. Hopefully you're right, Michael Cooper. Trade down. Trade down. Oh man, this hurts a little bit. And this is crazy. I wasn't even in on him at the beginning of the day. I was all Matthew Golden, Matthew Golden, Matthew Golden at the beginning of the day. And now I'm like scared of Matthew Golden. A lot of people aren't sold on Tet, man. Because you just look at his highlights. It doesn't pop off the screen, but it's real Mike Evans-ish. And you see he's almost 6'5". Look at how smooth he runs. One-handed catch. Yeah, that's the thing. Now that what he just said makes me feel better. What he just said makes me feel a whole lot better. What Kuiper just said, can he get separation? And that's been my issue. Let me move this over. Yeah. But can he get open in the NFL? That's the thing. Can he get open in the NFL? Good. I'm glad you said that because that's been our number one issue to get someone that can get open. Yeah, exactly. All up in these videos said we got McMillan at home, and I also said that I said McMillan is closer to Mingo and Tolbert than anybody we have that's close to Golden. That's when I was pro Golden. I'm good, Derek C. He doesn't play big like Evans. Well, he looked kind of like he did, Larry, when he reached up there with one hand. But I'm good with this. I'm good with this. He looks like Kaepernick without the fro. He does. Tetaroya. Tetaroa. I think we're all down with Trey. If we do have a small receiver, Jim Hunter, if we do have a small receiver, we need one that can actually catch the football. Because still, when Turpin got hit in the face with the ball, that deep ball by Dak, at that moment I was done. I said we need a deep wide receiver with speed, something that we don't have. So we really have no one we can throw that deep ball to. You remember the play? It hit Turpin right in the face on the side. It hit him right in the face. All he had to do was catch the football. Yeah, Rocket Ishmael. Sigma said, when was the last time we had a wide receiver that fast? Rahib the Rocket Ishmael. And then also, I would go with another small receiver. The guy I just said, Tez Johnson. Tez is Turpin that can actually play football. Just imagine Turpin that can really juke people and get out the way and return that kind of stuff. That throw is Dak's fault. If you run 4.29, you can get open. And also, Sigma, you got to do, I know, right? And I know, right, Castle? I know. And with those quarter running backs, the wide receivers that can run 2.9, you throw the ball to the other side of the field and let the receiver beat everybody to the ball. That's what Mahomes and Tyreek Hill did. All right, here goes Shador. We should definitely trade down. Somebody just said that today. They said he's a faster Tyler Lockett. And I don't know how I could go against a Tyler Lockett. With the ninth pick of the select Kelvin Banks Jr., tackle, Texas. It doesn't look like they're giving up on Spencer Rattler. Jordan Lewis is upset about the Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter's playing wide receiver, Jordan Lewis. Chill out. All right, we're getting close, guys. Got Cowboys definitely need to trade Black back. Trade to tomorrow. I don't care. Get out of the first. Oh, I knew Sanders was going to slide. I'd have been more shocked if he got picked. Oh, this is what I was going to say. What about Tyler Warren, y'all? To me, Tyler Warren probably would get more separation than Tetroya. T-Mac. You know what I'm saying? Because Tyler Warren, he's a production machine. I mean, he's definitely if we draft Tyler Warren is rookie of the year. Easy. And you know how much Dak loves the tight end. Dak will make a tight end great. He turns average tight ends into real good players. Oh, what's up, coach? Life is good, sir. Life is good. Hey, that travel ball is kicking my behind, too. Travel ball is kicking my behind. I can imagine how long it is for baseball. Tyler Warren is nasty. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He's probably the biggest offensive weapon left on the board, and that's including Golden. What's up, Tipsy? Oh man, with our tight ends, Christopher Williams, we still have three quality tight ends if we got Tyler Warren, and the type of versatility we'll have with running the football too. Man, y'all talking me into Tyler Warren. Why y'all talking to me into Tyler Warren like this? I'm literally loving that pick. What's up, Loki? Good to see all of you, man. It's been a minute. Yeah, Tyler Warren can play tight end, wide receiver, running back, center. Can he play left tackle though, B Mac? What you say? Oh, hi Kay. I mean Noah. What's up, Noah? I hope you're working hard and listen to your dad. Chicago's taking, yeah, Chicago needs defense. Chicago already loaded up their offense. Now, San Francisco could grab Golden. But I'm getting nervous, man. I'm all tipsy. I'm all in on trading back at this point. All in on trading back. What's up? What's up? I hadn't seen you in a long time. NJ Devils 1990. Adam. I knew I was had to wait till your name pop into my head. You had to use your old school YouTube profile for the awesome. Glad you're here, and I'm glad you're using the old school name. Chicago should go Hampton. We're not going to go Hampton. I would have been. That's the one guy I did not want in the first round. He gave me DeMarco Murray vibes, and I'm not one of y'all that hated DeMarco Murray. I just don't want to see that movie again because I know how it plays. I wasn't a Murray hater. I wasn't the one mad at Murray for that fumble. Oh man. Well, we know Tyler Warren ain't going to San Francisco. Okay. Y'all know as soon as the Cowboys go on the board, I'm going to stop talking to you guys because some of you guys are plugged into the into Valley Ranch directly, and you will have the pick before they say it on TV, but I have to hear it on TV. DeMarco Murray was elite. DeMarco Murray owns out records, but I still know how that movie goes, man. I'm good on it. I moved my camera by accident. Come on over here. Blue is moving. There we go. Murray, well, he just no. I said I wasn't mad at him because of that fumble, and I wasn't mad at him because he's a running back that got tripped up most of it we've ever seen in our lives. But it was I don't know, that running style. I don't know. He was a very good running back though. Very good running back. I was not a hater. Whoa. They went with the Michigan tight end instead of Tyler Warren. Wow. Loveland over Warren? Why? Now that makes me not want Warren. That's a turn up, exactly. He's tall, 6'5", so I guess he's more of a blocker. He looks like the same guy that we got from Michigan. No, we're not going on Marion Hampton. That's when you'll get the Shango meltdown. All right. My pick is Tyler Warren right now. I'm not comfortable with no Will Johnson's hurt has injury concerns. Retro. There was something going on with Will because Will Johnson was there for me for sure. But now I don't know about him. Yes, that too, Hooper. Murray was a system player due to our offensive line. That is very true. But he was an engine that we could have won with. Definitely. But we already got Adam. We already got a running back from North Carolina that I actually like. We don't need another running back from yeah. We draft. I'll throw something. I'm with you, Brett, about with throwing something. Your pick is in Matthew Golden. All right. All right, guys. I'm telling people what's going on. I'm about to disengage from the chat in just a second. Soon as I get soon as I get 49ers pick, because I don't trust you guys. Hey, what's up, Callie? We're finally here. Exactly. Yeah, the Adam, the running backs are just so good. If we mess around and get like Tootin in the third round, there's gonna be when we start, man, even the fourth round. When we're looking Saturday and we look at the players that's how you look at the players that's left for the next day. When we look at the players on Saturday, watch, they're gonna be at least 5 or 6 potential stud running backs right there ready to be taken. And don't let me talk about receivers. I don't know where Tez Johnson's gonna go, but it's gonna be late. I'm scared too. Okay, thank you, Thomas. I am the backpack. We don't need the backpack. The backpack brought us nothing, Tipsy. That is my cue to leave the chat. All right, guys, I will be back to the chat when we make our pick. But right now, you call me Nervous Nelly. I'm gonna still talk to you guys though. Hold on. I'm gonna still talk to you guys though. I'm gonna still talk to you guys though. All right. There won't be any jumping because did y'all see those stairs on that video? I made a video saying I was gonna be live tonight, and I put it on my channel this morning, and I showed them on the video a whole bunch of stairs, and I went up and down those stairs. I said 10 times, and I went up there 10 times, and my calves are like that. They just like tight as I don't know what. I'm regretting having to go upstairs to go to bed tonight. Dang. So I'm here and talk. Let's go over these picks again. Well, pick 8, it was Tetroza McMillan, wide receiver for the Panthers. Saints picked a offensive tackle, I missed it. The Bears picked Colston Loveland, tight end of Michigan. The San Francisco 49ers are up. Shedeur Sanders is still chilling in Texas. The Dallas Cowboys are up next. Their record last year was 7-10. After Dallas Cowboys, the Miami Dolphins. What am I looking for here at Shango? Shango is looking for someone to say, there's a trade. The Dallas Cowboys have moved down to 20 with the Denver Broncos and picked up an extra 3rd round pick. That's what I want to hear. And then we're all dancing. We're all like, take an offensive lineman, take a defensive lineman, take a wide receiver, take whatever you want to take at that point. Don't care. Uh-oh. Will Shedeur Sanders slide out of the 1st round? San Francisco 49ers. Don't that logo look ugly? Probably announced that the Dallas Cowboys have traded with the Houston Texans for pick number 25 and gain a 3rd. All right, 49ers pick. Let's go. Let's go. The chat, talk amongst yourselves. I'm not looking at you. You're not messing up my life. All right. Thank you, servicemen in Japan. The San Francisco 49ers select Michael Williams, defensive end, Georgia. Well, they took him away from us. He was an option. All right, Cowboys on the clock. Cowboys on the clock. 1 minute, 26 seconds. Cowboys on the clock. Cowboys on the clock. 1 minute and 21 seconds. 1 minute and 20. Cowboys on the clock. Travis Hunter went number 2. I'm going over the pick. Number 1, Cam Ward. Number 2, Travis Hunter. Number 3, Giants. Abdul Carter, edge from Penn State. Pick number 4. The Patriots selected Will Campbell, offensive tackle for LSU. Minute left for Dallas's pick. Pick number 5, the Cleveland Browns select Mason Graham, defensive tackle, Michigan. They're going to have the greatest defensive line of all time. 6, the Raiders select Ashton Jeanty, my boy, running back, Boise State. Number 7, Jets select Armand Membu, offensive tackle, Missouri. Pick number 8, Panthers select my other boy, Tetroza McMillan, wide receiver. Number 9, the Saints, Cowboys pick is in Kevin Banks, The Bears select Colston Loveland, number 11. Number 11, the 49ers, Mikael Williams. And number 12, the pick is in. You guys probably already know it. Woo. Let me take the chat down. No. Let's go. Cowboys pick is in. Either Matthew Golden or Tyler Warren or trade down. I'll accept anything else and I'll just deal with it and process it. But I'm just saying what I want. Matthew Golden or Tyler Warren or trade down. Trade down is out because the pick is in. Here it goes, number 12. Cowboys at 12, select. Cowboys at 12, select. Another guard. Another guard. Another guard. Trenches again. Trenches again. Trenches again. No, I did. I lost it when he said Tyler. We have spent more draft picks on offensive line than literally anything. Any position. Our offensive line should be so good at this point. We've spent so many picks, but I don't hate this guy. I don't hate this guy's energy at all. He's not giving me any vibes like that guy from last year. The guy from last year gave me like, what are y'all thinking? This guy doesn't give me those vibes, okay? This guy does not give me those vibes. I'm just going to say that. Right. I'm experiencing right here for the first time. He doesn't give me the same vibes as that dude from last year when I first saw him. I was like, it was a little different. So, I said I will process this pick and I'm going to process this pick. You blame this. Nico has something to do with this. Nico has something to do with it. Oh, all right. Let me sit back down. Yep. What's up, Eric? Yeah. I don't hate it. It's just like I just hate the offensive line. Every year offensive line. I mean, at this point we should have a really good offensive line. And maybe the reason why we don't have a good offensive line is we don't have no other players. I don't know why nobody has thought of that. I mean, you look at situations. You look at in situations like the Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders got a weapon at quarterback. They got a weapon at wide receiver. That's a wide receiver. That's probably one of the best wide receivers in the league. Another pretty good wide receiver. Another really good wide receiver that's half running back. If they get another running back in this draft, they'll have another running back weapon. So the Washington Commanders are full of elite weapons. And those elite weapons are working behind their offensive line. When we got literally one weapon, Dak Prescott is not a weapon. Dak Prescott is simply a quarterback, a facilitator. He needs weapons to be great. But Dak Prescott is not a guy that's going to beat people on his own. The one weapon we have is CeeDee Lamb. And there's nobody else. There's no others on our team. So I don't know how we expect an offensive line to be good when there's no one behind the offensive line capable of doing anything. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to let these guys play with some guys. I said it somewhat earlier. It's kind of like drafting a quarterback, but don't get no receivers for that quarterback and expecting this quarterback to develop. No, this quarterback needs wide receivers for this quarterback to develop. Same way with the offensive line. You get a whole bunch of new offensive linemen. They need a guy that can run behind them, that can read blocks, that can do things. They need a quarterback and receivers that can make plays so they can protect for them. If they can't make plays and stuff, the offensive line is not going to look good. What's up, Cosmo? That's not a slight to Dak. That's the type of quarterback he is. I can say, what's another good quarterback in the league that's not a weapon? I can say Brock Purdy is not a weapon. For sure, for certain, he's not a weapon. Brock Purdy is a quarterback that needs the weapons around him for him to be successful. There's only the quarterbacks that are weapons: Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Ravens guy, and that's probably it. And the guy in Washington now, he's the new one. That's it. For quarterbacks that like will hurt you by themselves, that's them. That's the four. So no, Dak is not one of those four, but so is some other people. We have a quarterback that needs weapons, and he has weapons. He's great. The Eagles might get Jalen Ramsey. 11 drafts with Shango, and the Cowboys make the pick, and I'll only be happy with 3 of them. I know, right? Right? You know, that's the thing, Veronica. This really, that's the one thing I hate about this. Veronica said maybe let's not watch this year. Maybe they'll get themselves together. This pick does not make me want to watch them this year. You know what I'm saying? He could be great. It could be a great pick. It could be the best pick. It could be an awesome pick. But this year, it ain't gonna move the needle in any way. I said the same exact thing last year and got destroyed. But those 2 offensive linemen did not move the needle at all. If they did, it was in the other direction. So a rookie lineman is not going to come in and help a team get to the Super Bowl. No, Justin Herbert isn't a weapon. Are you kidding me? Justin Herbert, in my mind, B. Mackel, Justin Herbert is below Dak. Talk me off of that one. That screams rebuild, Chris Plumage. That screams rebuild, 100%. took the chat off. I know. That's the thing, Cody. It's, the offensive line play is really weird, and it has a lot to do with chemistry of the team. But if you don't have the team, it's hard to build. Either you're rebuilding and building the team off the line, and if you're building the team off the line, you have to actually wait till the line develops to see what kind of team you need to go with that offensive line. Do you know what I mean? If you have great zone blocking guys that can do well in zone blocking situations or power situations or whatever, you really don't know what they can do until they get in the NFL. So you got to wait and figure out what an offensive line. And we got 3 new pieces on the offensive line that we're waiting really for, because Tyler is not old by himself. So we got 4 relatively really young pieces, and we don't know how they fit together to play together in the best way. If they're a really good zone blocking crew, a real good power blocking crew, a real good moving crew that has agility and can get out and do things or whatever, we don't know what they can do. And we have to find out what they can do before we can get the running back that fits with what you remember what we were just talking about with DeMarco Murray. The reason why DeMarco Murray has all the records in Dallas from rushing and put up all those rushing yards, because it fit. The offensive line wasn't the greatest offensive line we ever had in our life. DeMarco Murray definitely wasn't the best running back we ever had in our life. But DeMarco Murray's style worked perfectly with the style of the blocking of the offensive line. And when it came together, it was nasty work. So right here, what we got is we have a developing offensive line, a super expensive quarterback that is not going to win now unless we find somebody to help him. We have a super expensive quarterback that we're paying a grip to that's not going to win, because what good is a quarterback when he can't facilitate the ball to anybody? Murray's production was elite. He hate me. Murray's production was a heat. Murray, you can't sit here and say Murray was this phenom or that bit of what, like Adrian Peterson type, but he had production almost like Adrian Peterson. Went to the Colts. And that's another thing. And Gary Coleman says, a great running back makes a good O-line great. That's my number one story, Gary Collins, because I watched the Super Bowl Cowboys be built, and all those guys, 2A, Nate Newton, all those guys were already, Stepnowski wasn't there yet, but all those guys were already there before Emmitt Smith got to Dallas. They were already in place, and they were a pretty bad offensive line. But then when we got Emmitt worked well with what they did. And they had that rookie year, and they were figuring things out. Emmitt had like 967 yards or something like that. And then after that, it was curtains for everybody else, because you had 2 things that worked together perfectly. That line was not nowhere near that same line without Emmitt. And I doubt Emmitt would have been anything without that line. But my point is, you need each other. You can't just keep drafting offensive line and hoping they become great. How do you know they're great when you don't have anybody that can score touchdowns? You know what I'm saying? How do you know the offensive line is doing a great job when the quarterback doesn't have anybody to throw the ball to and still gets sacked? You know what I'm saying? You need the players to be able to play to make the offensive line good. And we don't have any. But again, I don't dislike that guy that came out. With all that being said, I don't dislike that guy that came out. Not at all. That energy that came out, I'm going to watch him play. I don't dislike it at all. But at the same time, this pretty much causes me to check out for the season. Cause why? Mingo. The only way that the Dallas Cowboys will do anything this season is if Dak Prescott goes straight ape SHI. You know what? And just becomes the MVP and makes Mingo great, makes Tolbert great, keeps giving CD Lamb all his numbers and all this kind of stuff, throws 40 and 50 yards per game because, well, we should have a running back at least. We should have a running back, which should help us a lot. Clarence Bryant, that's what I was trying to tell somebody the other day about, because they was trying to say that, Dak getting hurt, we need offensive line because Dak got hurt. And I was like, the play that Dak got hurt, the blocking was really good. It wasn't fairly good. There was nobody really close to Dak on the play that Dak got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Dak got hurt because of the stress of the position. And he torqued his body the wrong way and pulled it. Yeah, Daniel Tiger, of course. You just watch it as a comedy show, Veronica. That's smart. We needed a guard, yeah, but at 12, exactly, big win. That's the other thing. I think I said it before. I said if we trade down in the 20s and still get an offensive lineman, I'm fine. But now we have to wait a whole lot of picks. Yeah, it's been starting up front for a while now, Art Gutierrez. Hope that it hadn't been working for us for the past few years with all the offensive linemen that we've selected. But hey, that's a football rhetoric. Build the trenches. Tank for Archie. No, I'm Bill B Macro. You should have saw. I know you should have seen. I was reading B Macro's comment, y'all, and he said we still have Tolbert, Mingo, and Turpin to help CD out. Say that 1,000 times. That is the saddest. That is the saddest support group that a wide receiver could ever have. CD Lamb. I don't know. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, exactly. Tyler Smith worked. Tyler Smith worked. And hopefully BB is going to work. But Retro Envy, they've been. Hold on. I think I got it here. Hold on. I put them out earlier. Hold on. Because you need to know what I'm not just throwing out. I'm not just saying stuff. Where is it at? I put them somewhere. I don't know. I know I put it here somewhere. But we got a whole bunch of we've gotten a whole since we drafted CD Lamb, which was our last real offensive weapon. Since CD Lamb, we've drafted a ton of offensive linemen and only one wide receiver, that Tolbert, in the third round. So I just want to understand. I'm not upset about offensive line. I've always been pro offensive line, but I'm not pro only offensive line. because sooner or later you need players that can play behind the offensive line in order to know if the offensive line is any good. Well, how they determine if the offensive line is good? How many yards the team get, how many touchdowns the team gets, how many games the team wins. If they can't operate behind the offensive line, all the players that we pick, then it makes them not be worth it. They need people to play with them. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying we don't need offensive linemen. I said it's the ultimate team sport. You need these players that are good to play with these players that are good. If you got these players that are good and these players are no good, the whole thing is no good. Even the other way, if you have great running backs and no offensive line, it ain't going to work. If you got a great offensive line and no running backs, it ain't going to work. If you got a great quarterback and no receivers, it ain't going to work. If you got great receivers and no quarterback, it ain't going to work. You need each other to support in order to be great. I hope that makes sense. And again, Tyler Booker, there's nothing about that guy that I didn't like. I put a lot on first impressions. And my first impression of Tyler Guyton last year was totally different than my first impressions of that guy. So that is that. But I'm still talking about we're not going to give that guy a chance if we keep just drafting offensive linemen and don't draft actual players that can play behind the offensive line. Again, Devin Garcia said, this pick tells me they really want to protect Dak and are worried about the health and become injury prone. The play that Dak got hurt, it was great blocking. And in my opinion, giving Dak like targets to throw the ball to, dependable targets to throw the ball to. Like if he knows, like if Tolbert was open on every play, that would help Dak Prescott's injury situation a lot better because Dak Prescott would be more comfortable in the pocket and he could throw and hit Tolbert. And he would know Tolbert, kind of like he is with CD. Like when Dak is going to CD, he can just throw to CD. Unless CD got like 3 people on him, he can just throw it over there. CD's that good. But nobody else is that good. So Dak has to look around. And that's how he actually hurt himself. He was looking and he torqued this way and threw that way and pulled his hamstring. And there was no defenders around him. The blocking was great. So in my opinion, Dak having targets helps Dak stay healthy. Even more than an offensive lineman. Luther Burton maybe in the second round, yeah. What's up, me mug? Like I said, with all that being said, I like the pick. I'm just... Hopefully it works out in our future. Because that's definitely another future pick. No, Clarence Brown. Dak is fine. Dak just needs targets. I mean, it's like you're saying Dak this. Dak, when Dak has some people to throw the ball to, Dak would be fine. Dak would be more than fine if he had actual good receivers to throw the ball to. If we had a receiving corps like they have in Philadelphia, he would be fine. If we had a receiving corps like they have in Detroit, we would be fine. If he had a receiving corps like they have in Minnesota, we would be fine. If he had a receiving corps like they have in Cincinnati, he would be fine. There's so many teams out here with stud 1s and 2s. Studs on each side, 1s and 2s. That play deep and every single one of them play deep in the playoffs. We don't play deep in the playoffs. We got a weapon with Mingo. I need a drink. I got to go get me Hold on. I need a drink. That's what I did, be back. Yeah, yeah. How long was that? That was what? How many years was that, Jar Jar Binks? How many years did he have Cooper, Lamb, and Gallup? Was that 1 year? So you judging the whole thing on 1 year? Maybe a year and a half when that thing was like working? So we gave Dak a year and a half, and you think that's good? Not Harry Grace. Harry Grace. Who do we have that's even? Harry Grace says the Eagles receivers are overrated. Harry Grace. Who do we have that's close to Devonta Williams? I want you to name. I want you to put down what receiver we have that is close to Devonta Williams. Because we know AJ and CD are comparable. Who do we have that's close to Devonta Williams? Tolbert? Tolbert and Devonta about the same? Is that what you're gonna sell that to me? And the Eagles have a running back. I know. and not even that. The wide receivers are the reason why they won the game, Harry Grace. Those wide receivers won the Super. What are you talking about? Saquon Barkley got bottled up in the Super Bowl. Lions have a running back. We have great guards. Our tackles are suspect. Our center is coming along. Our quarterback is good. We have no running back, and we only have one receiver. Smith, sorry. Yeah, I'm just saying if we somehow trade back up into the first round and get Matthew Golden, and then that would make this so much better. If we slide into number 18 and get Matthew Golden, then I'll be okay. I'll be more than okay. I'll be actually happy. Yeah, there's nothing. The only thing that we have coming back on this season is Dak Prescott, and that's enough to make this season frustrating. You know what I'm saying? Because we'll win. If Dak Prescott plays the whole season, we'll win 9, 10 games, make the playoffs, and then lose, and everybody laughs. Michael Bosman, it's not the pick. Again, I didn't dislike Zach Martin, and I don't dislike this guy. My issue, okay, the opposite of the Zach Martin thing is, okay, the Zach Martin pick worked out, but the other, it didn't work out to where we won anything. We just got a good player. But that player didn't take us over the top. You know what I'm saying? You can say how good, whatever. He's offensive lineman, so it's debatable how good they are in the first place. It's just on opinion. But whatever Zach Martin did, it wasn't enough to take us to the top. But people talked about him. People talked very good about him. So you can look at it that way. It didn't work because we don't have jewelry. My point is you need players to go with other players to make a good team. And these are the offensive linemen that we have already drafted. That all of you are all high on them as well. You all said, "Oh, last." I had the same conversation last year, except last year I was angrier because I did not like Guyton, so I don't have that anger of not liking this guy that we just got. Last year we had Guyton, and I was angry, and I was like, "We're not going to see any change in our football team this season," and I told you that. Just because of the nature of that position. An offensive lineman is not going to come in and bring your team from here to here in the first year. They will come in and be a solid piece for your football team for 10 to 12 years. That's what a quality offensive lineman does. But for that guy to win, you need players. You need touchdowns. You need yards. You need people that have ability to run behind these guys. So if you don't get both of them together, it's not going to work. So this guy could be Zach Martin, great. He could be as good as whatever. If you don't get the right guy to go with him, it doesn't work. So that's what I'm saying right now. We're getting guys over here on the line, but we're not getting anybody over here to go with the line. We're not getting anybody over here to run behind the line. We're not getting anybody over here to score touchdowns to make the line look good. Because again, like I said, Emmitt Smith came along and made the same offensive line that looked bad look good. Why? Because Emmitt was good. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'm not down in the pick of an offensive lineman. You have to have that. But in order for an offensive line to be good, the team has to win. I agree, AJ. They could have traded down maybe and end up picking him or someone comparable. I just don't know. I didn't. It's hard to evaluate an offensive lineman for draft because you don't know until they start playing. Yeah, I saw the rumor for Brees Hall. I don't know if they panicked. I think they just had. I don't know, man. I don't know. And look, Tyler Warren can block too. Tyler Warren can protect Dak too. And with Tyler Warren being another weapon, being able to get open, he could protect Dak too. Oh, just hope something happened now, AJ. Let's just hope we move up in this second round, or you know how you can get a player in round one, and then you get a player in round two that make the pick in round one great. This is one of those situations that can happen because I don't think any of us hate this guy, but it ain't really what we needed. It ain't really what we needed. Yep. I see a lot of three and outs. We're full of Tylers. Pick number 18. Yeah, hopefully, like I said, I have no problems using that second round pick to come in the first round to get somebody else right here at the end. I'm just here. I'm just here, AJ, to see what's gonna happen. Sweens, I know Booker didn't give up a sack last year, exactly. But again, Sweeney, on Sweens 264 on the play that Dak Prescott got hurt, nobody was close to him. The existing line didn't give up a sack that play. So we can't say, oh, we need to get better than those guys and say those guys sucked because those guys actually gave Dak Prescott great protection on the play that Dak Prescott got hurt. So it's hard for me to take that as an excuse because it wasn't like he got hit. If Dak Prescott got destroyed by defensive linemen because Tyler Guyton missed his block. Not Tyler Guyton, on the other side. Idiot on the other side. Missed his block and got killed, right? Then I say, oh, no, we need to tackle because they're killing Dak. It makes sense at that point because Dak just got killed by the defensive lineman. On a certain play last year, Dak Prescott pulled his leg on himself because he's too busy looking for somewhere to throw the ball. And he was looking in one direction and threw the ball in another direction and torqued his leg to where it just pulled. The offensive line had nothing to do with that play. So that's what I'm saying. It's just like I understand, but I can't say that the other guys were sucking because they played okay. Except for that idiot at right tackle. I didn't mean to call him an idiot. It's this stuff. Thank you, Philip Loftus. All the O line stuff is great. It's needed. We need the trenches or whatever, but the trenches don't work if nobody can run behind them. And believe it or not, you can't just get Jack Smart from Eastern Michigan State and think you can run behind anybody. Might as well took Shador. Exactly. Is that Nate? I'd have been happier with Shador if for a future pick. Yeah, I was looking for a little bit of hope in this draft, and I didn't get it. What I got was a future pick. I didn't get hope. I got a solid pick. So I just got to deal with the solid pick. But everybody that's behind the solid picks that we've made, we still hadn't done anything. We still hadn't got to a championship game with all those solid picks. we need some we need a splash pick one of these years. We should have drafted Shador. Yeah, I know, big win. Just take another bit, drink, and wait for our next pick. Shador Sanders. All right, pick number 20. Only 12 more, 13 more. Yes, solid picks make you sick in January. That's the quote. That's the quote of the day right there, Big Win. Solid picks make you sick in January. Cause seriously, no, that makes sense. That makes all the sense in the world because in January you need superstars. You need playmakers. You need people that's gonna make something happen. You can't just do the regular thing that you do during a regular season in the playoffs. You can't be regular in the playoffs. So you're right. That's the quote of the night right there. Solid picks make you sick in January. The Great Wall of Tyler. Doing the same thing, expecting different results. Yeah. All right, we're at pick 19. Matthew Golden is still available. Still may be a trade up. Uh, another. Look, I got another scenario. If we can get Emeka Ibuke from Ohio State, if we somehow get that guy and get a running back and pair them with the new Tyler, then I'm doing a backflip over there. Okay, that's why I said let's just wait to see this thing pan out. Yeah, I like a lot of receivers, but the running back field is what I'm really comfortable with. I'm sure we're gonna get a good running back, even on day 3. We'll still get a good. Like tomorrow, if we don't get a running back tomorrow, I won't be freaking out. If we don't get a wide receiver tomorrow, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. If we don't get a wide receiver tomorrow, I am so mad. Golden might be involved in the bond mess. Oh well. Big Win. I would like the Ohio State receiver better than Golden, probably. I just like Golden because he ran a 4.2. I wouldn't even say his name if he didn't run that fast. Johnson from Iowa, yes. Tyler, Cooper, Tyler. Who is going to be the fifth guy? Tyler, Cooper, Tyler. And who is that fifth guy? Who's our right tackle? What Michigan interior defensive lineman is left to draft? Well, shoot, the Browns got a good one from Michigan that I would have actually taken. This is when the draft gets sickening. When I see the Redskins take a monster. Watch. I mean the Redskins. They might be the Redskins again soon. Oh, Giddens, I love. Big Wins. Giddens is one of my favorites. No, Terrence Steele's not going to be our right tackle. AJ, you're going to make me jump through the chat screens. AJ, you want me to choke you? Sorry, Shannon Sharp. I had to do it. Sorry, Shannon Sharp. Shout out to Tyler, Texas. I don't know about Burton. I would take Burton, of course, because and just do my research on him. But my initial views of Burton, he wasn't that great. But who am I? I don't know nothing. Yeah, there's a lot of avenues where this can be a good pick. It's just what was hard for us is that we picked a guard at 12, and that's tough. That's like a running back at 4. You know what I'm saying? It's like, ooh, that's pretty high for that position. Is he that good? Look at Gilly there with Shador. Still's got to go. Burton is nice. We'll see. I'll look him up again. Oh well, there goes Abuka. Good job, Bucks. Buccaneers, boy. Yeah, I saw that Wayne. I saw that. I would give up a third for Pickens, but I don't know if I want Pickens on my team. I don't think you should get a wide receiver. I don't think you should get a loud wide receiver from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think that's a bad move. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a whole bunch of them. They'll shoot themselves in the leg in the club. You remember that one? Exactly. Yeah. No. Pickens is loud. And Tampa, not only Tampa got a new receiver, and they signed Mike Evans. Broncos up. Yeah, everybody's. We all. I think we're all a collective no for Pickens. Oh, Plaxico. We don't have a fourth at all. I thought we still had one. 1,000% out on Pickens. B Mackle, if we don't get a wide receiver today, because we still got time to go back in here and get one, today or tomorrow, I will lose my mind. I promise you. If we don't get a wide receiver tonight or tomorrow, I will lose my mind. We let Cooks go. We got Brandon Cooks go, who is clearly our second best receiver and not that great. So we let him go. So everybody else that we have is lesser than Cooks. And we're going to roll with it. I will lose my mind if we do not get a wide receiver tonight or tomorrow. That's all I got to say. And I appreciate, because usually I get trolled. And people say, Shango, we're good at wide receiver. Please don't mess with me like that right now. Don't say, Shango, we're good at wide receiver. I don't even think nobody gave me a play like that. Yeah, I know. I doubt we're going to do anything either, but I just said it because there is a chance. The opportunity is there for us to do something today. I doubt very seriously we'll take it. There's a room left at the nearest middle institution. Your sources tell me we're done. We tried to trade back but couldn't get a good trade value. I know, so we get offensive line to help with run. You need offensive line. You need offensive line. You got to have offensive line. Just don't forget about Mingo. Here comes the Broncos pick. Baby, I want to know. Cortland, he's just a big receiver. I don't think he's that special. He's good though. Yeah, Patricio, one trade. The Browns traded out of number 2, went down to number 5, and that's it. Selectively aggressive. I wonder did they plan the enthusiasm in the war room after they didn't get what they wanted? How do you do that when you try to move down and try to move out of your pick and all your options fall apart and then you make the pick and then you act like, yeah, this is what we wanted all along. Yeah, yeah, we got him. We got him. Ain't that a little strange? It's probably a war room show that they got to do that every time they make a pick. I'm on to you Cowboys people. Ain't no way you tried to move out of your pick and you tried to move down and up and get these people and that person and it fell through and then you got one guy and then you act that excited. Mingo is going to be our number 2. And we slide Tolbert in the slot. That's ridiculous, Mean Mug. Mingo could not make the worst team in the NFL. Mingo could not make it on the worst team. Listen to what I'm saying and listen to what you're saying. Mingo could not make it on the worst team in the NFL. I'm not saying Mingo can't play, but why are you depending on Mingo if he could not make the worst team in the league? That's the dumbest thing. That would cause me to lose my mind in the worst. There's no way you can think like that. There's no way you can think a wide receiver that couldn't make the worst team in the league is going to be one of your main guys. You can't think that. The only thing you can think by getting a person like Mingo is maybe something going to happen. But you can't, like, oh yeah, he's going to be our number 2 when he couldn't make the Panthers squad. This is the stuff that drives me crazy about the team that I can't, maybe they're coming back in the first round and getting a wide receiver. Maybe they're getting a wide receiver tomorrow. But I'm telling you right now, if you want drama, show up tomorrow night. And if the Dallas Cowboys do not select a wide receiver, I will lose my mind. And it will be as real as possible. We love Tyler. JC, you look happy or you're fired. Oh, Mike McCarthy was in. They moved you. You can't be true. That can't be true, boss man. Uh-oh. I don't know what's happening. 3 yards and bust. Poor Shador. Poor Shador. Trade up for Shador. Hey, if somebody, hey, young Eldor, if somebody told you at the end of the season when everybody was, hated Dak and wanted Dak gone and all this kind of stuff, and before this, and us signing Dak and all that kind of stuff, we had an opportunity to get Shador Sanders. If you told that people to somebody this time last year, it would have blown their mind. But now Shador's falling. That's crazy. People would yesterday, Cowboys fans would have done anything for Shador Sanders. No, I don't think they're doing it. I'm telling you, me mug. In my opinion, look. No, this is not the Lamar Jackson treatment. Lamar Jackson got done wrong. Be mackerel. Lamar Jackson got done wrong. No, Shador hasn't been hated on his entire college career. Lamar Jackson got hated on his entire college career. Lamar Jackson was a monster and got a dab of the credit he should have. Shador Sanders gets his props. Shador Sanders gets his props. So, no, he's not getting a Lamar Jackson treatment. That's another thing. Drafting CD at 17 and seeing how well it worked out. Why don't you want to do that again? Why do you do the things that don't work again? I just thought of that when Dr. JJ, Dr. JJ, Dr. 99 says CD was drafted at 17. And I was like, that should want us to draft a wide receiver more because it worked out, right? But we would rather keep drafting a position that's not working out over and over and over. Shador going to the Browns or the Giants in the second round, yeah. I just think Shador's upside is Dak Prescott. I think Shador's upside is Dak Prescott, which is not bad at all. I'm Dak is all good to me. But that guy that can do extra on the football field, I heard Will Johnson has medical issues. So I'm the only one on that list I want is Matthew Golden. And the fact that he's dropping is making me feel okay. So as this draft is going, the only person I wanted was Tet. And Tet left before us, so we couldn't do nothing about that. Yes, Shador, the male's 5 best available. Shador Sanders, Will Johnson, Amarian Hampton. I forgot that person. And Matthew Golden. No, man, I'm not. I'm not out there choking folk, Rick. I stay home with my children. Hey, Rick. I'm a 50-year-old man that knows my lane. My lane is right here with my kids, my wife, right here. I like this lane. It's nice and easy. Nobody want. I don't want to be in lane when 20 somethings are out there doing all kind of. Oh Lord, no. Somebody, hey, that would be a move though, Larry H. Come back at pick 32. Do the now that's the Lamar Jackson treatment. Is somebody sweep in on number 32 and grab him? Yeah, if Washington gets, I'm afraid Washington gonna get a running back, and if Washington gets Hampton, I'm like, we're done. That's a No, Booker, he's right. What Shador Sanders does and what they're talking, Booker is talking him up. And Booker, you're disappointing me. Booker, you're disappointing me. But they're talking up him playing the quarterback position like a point guard and saying that they're not valuing the fact that he can play the quarterback position like a point guard. But so does Josh Purdy. And Josh Purdy was the last dude in the draft. You draft on physical attributes. You draft on speed. You draft on arm strength. You draft on height. You draft on weight. You draft on muscle. You draft on, you know what I'm saying? You draft on shiftiness. You draft on 40 time. You draft on all the physical things that make your player better than that player. Like, for instance, like strength. If player A is stronger than player B, then player B has a problem the entire game. Player B is going to go wherever player A wants them to go all game long. So player A has more value because he's stronger. If player A can throw the ball 99 yards, then he has more value than the guy that has to throw short passes that can't throw out there. Physical attributes mean a lot. And the fact that Shador Sanders doesn't have those physical attributes and plays like a point guard, so does Brock Purdy. And there's nothing negative to say about that because Brock Purdy is a very good quarterback. But there's nothing physically imposing about Brock Purdy. Let's see if hey, what's up, Swazi? Let's see if this 2010s model works out this time. Rebuild the O line with an aging quarterback who's been hurt the past couple of years. Yeah, sound the percent. Yeah, and Swazi, my favorite part of this whole thing is there's a young quarterback behind that I really like, who has a cannon arm. So maybe the whole thing flips. I wouldn't hate it. The Chargers got Amarion Hampton. Good stuff. Good stuff. He will not be a commander. Good stuff. He is safely in the AFC. He keeping the baby blue. He went from Tar Heel blue to, hey man, he went from tight uniform to tight uniform. We can get a running back though, Devin. I think we'll have I'm pretty sure we'll if we don't get a quarterback, if we don't have a quarterback at the end of this draft, a running back at the end of this draft, it's just No, I won't. I don't even want to visit that. I'm staying with the thought that we might not get a wide receiver tomorrow, and I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of how I will react then. If we don't get a running back in this draft, I don't want to go there. You're not bringing me down, man. You're not bringing me down. I'm not doing that. If we don't pick a wide receiver tomorrow or tonight, there's 8 more picks. Is that right? Is my math okay? 10 more picks? 9 more picks? Something like that. Good job, Chargers. Oh, I like Cam. Cam's great. Emmett's son's already came through, though. I think he has another son that's playing, though. Doesn't Emmett have another son? I know he had Emery Smith. Yeah, his son at Stanford, right. That's his second son. Emery seemed like he's real old, though, now. Emery seemed like it was a long time ago. Hampton and Harris 1-2 punch. Yeah, they're gonna be running the ball in the AFC West. The Chargers are gonna be running, and the Raiders are gonna be running. Boy, Genty versus Hampton. AFC West. Good job, AFC West. I like that because I get to see all the West Coast teams. Like, this is good because I'll get to see Genty pretty much all the time. For me, the Raiders are always on TV out here. The Raiders are always on TV. The Chargers are always on TV. The Rams are always on TV. The Niners are always on TV. Cardinals are always on TV. So if players I like come to these teams out here, I like it. The Broncos are always on TV. Oh, I'll take that. No, I don't know about Tyreek. Tyreek gotten more physical trouble with his wife. We'll have a running back, young Eldor. Everybody calm down. Everybody settle down on the running back. We're going to have a good running back at the end of this draft. I promise you that. We will be good. Everybody calm down. Calm down. But if we don't get a receiver, if we don't get a wide receiver tonight or tomorrow, I will lose my mind. There's no way we can get worse at wide receiver and expect better results than last year. There's no way we can get worse at wide receiver. I've said what I've said. That's still a whole bunch of good backs left. I hope somebody in the war room is looking at my stream. And no, if you pick something other than a wide receiver tonight, you might be working. You might be working to go back and get number 26, number 27, number 32. But if you don't get a wide receiver, Minute and 41 seconds left. I'm just here waiting for hopefully we get a a trade here or something. But Shador is done unless somebody comes in the first round. Luther Burden in the second or would be good. I know. It's like that's a good analogy, Swazi. It's like having a spouse that beats the crap out of you all the time, but you still love them. But I still love them. I still come back home to get beat again. Swazi, why'd you bring that analogy? It's so real. Oh, it hurts so bad. That's what I'm saying right now. If we were seriously thinking about Golden at 12, if we were seriously thinking there might be something wrong, there might be whatever, but if he was seriously in our plans for 12, then you do what you take to get from that second round to get in this first round. It shouldn't take too much. Might have to give up a second next year or something like that, but you'll be all right. Are we scared of a Giants team led by Shador Sanders? No. But they do have a wide receiver for Shador in New York. If Shador goes to the Saints, it's the worst spot for him. If he goes to Kellen Moore, I'm so sorry for him. I feel like the Giants are gonna get Dart. Parsons 2.0 might be a problem. Yeah, me too, boss man. Like the second and third round pick can make this year. This second and third round pick can make the first round pick great because one of the guys that you wanted at 12 is still there in Matthew Golden. But if Tyler Warren becomes an All Pro, gonna be trouble. Why would Shador go to Jacksonville? They just paid Trevor. Come on, man. Make the pick. Quit talking about how much Green Bay is better than everybody else. Thank you. The Green Bay Packers select 13-time world champion Green Bay Packers. Count the Super Bowls, please. Listen to how Green Bay is yelling. Look at Green Bay taking care of that quarterback. Mm. Mm. I guess Luther Burden is all we got left. Did you hear that crowd scream when they got him? No, they know they got the fastest guy in the draft. This hurts. This hurts. This hurts. This hurts. Everybody gets wide receivers for their quarterback. Everybody gets wide receivers. Yeah, Luther Burden is all we got. Yeah, I wanted one of the top receivers in this draft. Is what I wanted. Wanted one of the top targets in this draft. Hey, Jerry knows what he's doing with Mingo. Why didn't we get Shador? We got we got Lamb. What we need another receiver for? We got one. You're right. Hey, you're right, hitter 95. We got one receiver. Hey, how many receive? Hey, how many wide receivers do y'all got? Hitter 95. I hate your trolling. Okay, I hate your trolling. Could have had a top tight end weapon. Could have had a wide receiver. Could have had Hampton. But hey, we got a guard. And hey, you need those solid picks. Those solid picks, man. You know we got Zach Martin, and y'all didn't like Zach Martin. He was a solid pick. But we didn't win anything with Zach Martin, did we? Zach Martin didn't. Zach Martin didn't put us over the top, did he? I know. Good thing Dak will have more time to throw the CD in double coverage. Build through the trenches. That's how you build a football team. Texas T346. You build a football team through the trenches. And once you get the trenches built, then you don't need nothing else because the trenches will score the touchdowns. The trenches will run the ball for you and make all kind of great moves. The trenches will do all kind of things once you get the trenches, but you got to build the trenches first. If you can't build the trenches, just keep trying. Just keep trying to build those trenches. I'm not saying it was Zach's fault. I'm saying Zach wasn't good enough to put us over the top. I'm not saying it was Zach's fault. I'm saying the picks that was around Zach and Zach didn't work. So it's hard to make that as like an excuse like, wait, it worked with Zach Martin. The goal is to win a Super Bowl. The goal isn't to have somebody that the media loves. The goal is to win a Super Bowl. We can create a star. The Cowboys can create a star like that. The Cowboys can create a player that turns into a star easily. The Cowboys need to work on winning a Super Bowl and putting a team together that can win a Super Bowl. We're building a star with Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith's doing great. Is it helping us? Some players change the teams. Washington, they got one player this offseason that made their team totally different because that one player is a weapon. That one player made the wide receiver room much better. That one player made the Washington offensive line so much better because you got a difference maker behind the offensive lines. We have no difference makers behind the offensive line. We have a fundamental quarterback that needs weapons around him to be successful. Nothing wrong with that. Most of the quarterbacks in the league are like that, but we got one of them. We got no running back right now, and our wide receiver group could be one of the worst in the NFL. And that's with one of the best receivers in the NFL. Let that sink in. Because the drop off from CeeDee Lamb is tremendous. It's worse. I remember when I was out there and it was Dez Bryant, Cole Beasley, nobody. And Romo had to make it somebody out of these nobodies. Every year, one of these nobodies, Romo will force the ball to them and give them some yards, and they pump up their name like they're somebody. But they're really a nobody. They just got yards. But we've done this before. It's the same formula with Romo. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting about Mingo, Moises. Rodnell said, we watched the Eagles use old men at O-line and draft nothing but weapons to win a Super Bowl. And we watched the Philadelphia Eagles transition their offensive line while keeping weapons. Philadelphia went from one offensive line to another offensive line. They transitioned their entire offensive line. And the reason why their offensive line is good is they have a stud running back running behind that offensive line. The offensive line in Philadelphia, they cannot be considered bad ever. You know why? Because their running back is so good, he's always going to get at least 1,200 yards. So if your running back gets 1,200 yards, they're going to think your offensive line is good. You understand what I'm saying? They have somebody behind their offensive line. There's no way in God's green earth that Philadelphia's offensive line that can become a bad offensive line. And it's simply because of the weapons they have behind their line. Tolbert was supposed to come in and change our culture. That's what he said, Rick Charlton. Hitter, I've already said I hate your trolling. Hitter now says, y'all got Turpin. It's Turpin, not Turbin. Y'all got Turpin. Y'all just let little dude run. Hey, little dude got hit in the head with a ball by Dak Prescott, 40 yards down deep in the field. So I'm not sold on Turpin. Sorry, Hitter. I hate Hitter and his trolling, okay? His trolling is horrible. I'm good with him going to New York because I'm not a big Dart fan. I'm good with Dart going to New York. At least I'll be pulling for Shador to do well. Giants select Jackson Dart. Poor Shador. The Los Angeles Rams trade the pick. Atlanta. Ugh. I'm all with Daniel Jones 2.0. I see it all the way. I do not see it with this Dart kid. I think he's one of them that they're gonna Dart. This Dart kid is one of those kids that they're gonna force down our throats, and they're gonna keep talking him up, talking him up, talking him up. You know, like they do with that guy, that kid out of New England that was Drake May. They just talking Drake May up, and I'm yet to see it yet. I mean, of course, he's better than the guy before him. I don't think Dart is better, and I'm not a Shador fan. I'm not saying Shador is great, but I'm not. I don't think Dart is better than Shador. No, ATL doubled up on quarterback. Hey, Michael Boseman, ATL got too many quarterbacks. They doubled up on quarterbacks last year. Remember? No, the Commanders would not have won the Super Bowl. Darth. Commanders aren't ready yet. They got as far as they should have gotten. Drake May can play better than the guy before him. I'll give him that much. But they talking Drake May up like I'm glad we got Milton because I've always said that Milton was better than May, and I think that's why they got Milton out of New England because Milton was going to push May. I don't know who Deion shouldn't have been against anybody drafting Shador. Giants already tanking for Archie. Do I think the Bills would have won the Super Bowl if no. The Bills wouldn't have beat the Eagles. No. Oh no, Larry H. I've never said anything otherwise. From the day they were drafted, from the day, and I think it's probably on my draft thing. From the day they were drafted, I've said Milton was better than May, and there's nothing that's happened other than a lot of this for Drake May. There's nothing Drake May has done that made me go but a lot of this, and he gets lip service like nobody's business. You don't find nobody talking junk about Drake May. They're going to keep talking him up and keep talking him up until he plays good. And they had to get Milton out to make sure they can keep talking him up and talking him up until he plays well. But when Milton played like he did on that last game of the season, they had to get Milton out of there. Go look at those highlights of Milton. Look at highlights of Milton in that last game of the season. They had to get Milton out of there. I'm not worried about Dart at all. What? And the Rams got the Falcons' first round pick. Nice Rams. The Rams are definitely in rebuild mode. James Pierce. Yeah, they needed pass rush bad. They needed him bad. All right, guys, we got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven more picks. And I don't even know. I don't even. Matthew Golden was the only person that I would trade into the first round and get. I don't know if Luther Burden is a first round wide receiver. Um, does anybody know any weapons that could be picked at this point? Um, Travion Henderson. Travion Henderson is one that I would move because that's one I would move up to get at this point. But that's all I can think of. Anybody else can think of anybody to move up to get? Well, they let that wide receiver go. Well, Bond's got that problem, and Will Johnson too. What's the health issues on Will Johnson? Oh man, I missed Mel Green's top five. Mel Kiper, Mel Green. We got Deuce is gonna be our guy this year. Deuce is gonna do it. You know, I was just thinking, did anybody see a play that was like literally designed for Deuce Vaughn to actually make some yards. Every time Deuce Vaughn got the ball, I was like, why are you giving him the ball in this situation? Like running him down the middle of the defense and things. Never gave him the ball in space. I don't think I've ever seen a play where Deuce Vaughn got the ball in space. Very weird how they were using that guy. We're going into the season with Mingo, a guy that, again, could not make the worst team in the NFL last year. Could not make the worst team in the NFL last year. Travion Henderson is the only one I can think is good enough to go up to get. Maybe Caleb Johnson. Calm down. I'm chilling. What are you talking about, Gary? I'm just sitting here just rocking back and forth. Talk about calm down. You calm down. Oh, you talking about me talking about Deuce? Yeah, I can see Caleb there at 44. Yeah. Right now, the only one I was interested in going up and get was Matthew Golden. But we're only what? Ravens, Detroit, Washington, 30, 31, 32. We're only 17 picks away from our pick. We're only 17 picks away from our pick, so might as well just go ahead and wait. I like Higgins, boss man. I just don't understand, Paul Cotter. I just don't understand how you can overly focus on one side of the on one position group. You can overly focus on one positions group and just keep using resources for one position group. And in order for that position group to get better, he needs players to play with the offensive line. And we never get players to play with the offensive line. We just keep doubling down on offensive line. We got to get good offensive linemen. But it doesn't ever think that we need people that can actually get yards behind these offensive line. Men. I don't understand the logic. I really don't. No, we don't get no. Trust me, old man. No, you can't. I like Joe Milton more than Shador Sanders. I like, and only one reason. There's only one reason I like Joe Milton more than Shador Sanders, and it's upside. It is upside. Shador's upside is nowhere near where Joe Milton's upside is. You understand what I'm saying? Joe Milton might not be that great, but his physical tools give him a chance that if he is good, he has potential to be great because he can throw the ball out of the dang stadium. And he can do a backflip. Yeah, I thought and then also Paul Cotter, we addressed offensive line in free agency. We also, we got a guard from Miami. We addressed offensive line in free agency as well. So not only are we putting resources from our draft picks in our offensive line, we're putting resources from free agency in our offensive line. So just like everything is just funneling to one aspect of the football team, and not thinking about running back and not thinking about wide receiver, which are vital points of a football team. You can't look at anybody else in football, especially anybody else in the NFC, that does not have elite players at skill positions other than us. Milton has better upside than Dak too. Exactly. That's my point with Shador. That's exactly my point with Shador. And you know, I literally love Dak and love Dak's game, but Dak does not have the upside that Joe Milton has. So if Joe Milton can play the game like Dak and bring his intangibles with it, yeah, if we get Trayvon Henderson in the second, that's a beautiful pick. It's a beautiful 1-2. Trayvon Henderson is a beautiful 1-2. Miles Sanders will not. Miles Sanders will not make the team. Daniel Hill. Miles Sanders will not make the team. Again, Miles Sanders, another guy that couldn't make the worst team in the NFL. We can't depend on these guys that got cut from the Panthers, guys. We can't. We can't depend on guys that got cut from the worst team in the league, guys. I know we like to pump up people that we get, but we can't. We can't depend on guys that did not make the Panthers. No, Hawthorne. Trayvon fits us best because Trayvon is the one that can protect. He can pass protect. He can catch screens. He can run. Trayvon is awesome, but I'll take both. Don't worry about. Hey, look, Joe Milton. Don't worry about Dak being injury prone. I don't believe that, and I don't even think Dak would have been out as long as he was if our season was different this year. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe that one second. And trust me, Dak is not going to want Joe Milton to play football. It is the same issue. You know the issue that I was saying that New England had with Drake May? It's the same issue here. As soon as Joe Milton hit the field and he makes a couple of plays to excite us, it's going to be on. And this fan base hates Dak. They hate Dak. And this is the thing. I'm the one that loves Dak. I'm just even thinker. But I'm the one that loves Dak. Just most of the Cowboy fans hate him. So if Joe Milton goes in there and makes 2 or 3 plays, everybody's going to be wanting Milton. It is what it is. Miles Sanders and Mingo are great. I like Javonte Williams, but yes, you can't depend on Javonte Williams because Javonte Williams got hurt, and he hadn't fully come back from that injury. And when he was here, he wasn't that great. He might be a good serviceable back, goal line back for us, but to depend on Javonte Williams, I still can't do that, and I love him. Yeah, I see Sanders as being like the Royce Freeman signing. I'm telling you right now, I love Dak too, but Milton, he excites me. And like I said, I have no problems with Dak. The only problems I have with Dak is the fact that they actually don't give Dak the amount of help that's needed in the running back positions and in the wide receiver positions. They don't give him the support that other quarterbacks get. But at the same time, Dak Prescott gets eaten up by the media. You can't name one sports personality that doesn't trash Dak Prescott in every chance he gets. Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, well, formerly Shannon Sharp, Colin Cowherd, Skip Bayless. There's not one. And that's why everybody out there hates Dak, because there's not one sports talking head, not the reporters, not the Scheffners and all the stuff like that, because they just report stories. I'm talking to boys with the opinion sports people. There's not one of them that doesn't trash Dak regularly. Don't for cash, for clicks. There's not one of them. But the Dallas Cowboys could use their media to combat that. They could push back on Stephen A. Smith talking about Dak. They could push back on Colin Cowherd talking about Dak every week. They could push back on Skip Bayless throwing away things, because all they're doing is playing the media and making money off trashing Dak. So the organization could push back, and they could do all kind of things online to support their quarterback. But they do nothing to support their quarterback. And I can't stand Dak Prescott for staying with the organization that does not have your back, that allows the fan base to tear you down, that allows the media to tear you down, when everybody knows that there was more to that play than just the interception. So that's the only problem I have. I don't think he has the moxie that I would want you to have against the team. I would be in that office like, why don't I have receivers like the Philadelphia Eagles? Why don't I have a running back like the Philadelphia Eagles? Why don't I have a receivers like the Detroit Lions? Why don't I have running backs like the Detroit Lions? Why don't I have receivers like the Minnesota Vikings? Why don't I have, you know what I'm saying? You can go on and on. Why don't I have receivers like the Washington Commanders? Why don't I have any of that stuff on my team? Why are you giving me these players that I have to build up? That I'm the one that has to make Tolbert something. I'm the one that has to make Mingo something. That's why I don't like Dak. Sorry. He just keeps his heads down. I mean, I love the good soldier stuff. I love all that strong leadership stuff or whatever. But you have to advocate for yourself. You know the greatest thing. The greatest thing I liked about Joe Milton. The greatest thing about Joe Milton. You can look it up on YouTube, and because he said it on a video after the Week 17 game. Joe Milton went out there on Week 17, and the Buffalo Bills were supposed to beat them. And the New England Patriots were expecting Joe Milton to lose that game, so the New England Patriots have a better pick in this draft. But Joe Milton went out there and he showed his behind. He made plays that was just like ridiculous. He scored touchdowns. He did a backflip after he scored the touchdowns. Joe Milton went off. And you know what he said after the game? He said, y'all want me to go out there and lose that game? And just so y'all can get a good draft pick? And what's that's going to leave me? That's going to leave me, y'all talk about, see, Joe Milton trash. He trash anyway. I told you Joe Milton was trash. He said, y'all say that stuff if I went out there and just threw that game just so we can get a pick. He said, I got to do that for me. When I get a chance to show out, I'm going to show out. That was music to my ears. That was music to my ears. You want to win regardless. Don't come to me like, we can lose this game if you want to. Because once we lose this game, what they going to do the next day? Joe Milton, he's nothing like Drake May. Oh, that was a horrible quarterback. Look at how bad. He's horrible. They would have trashed Joe Milton, and Joe Milton's career would have been over that quickly. It would have happened that quickly if he had tanked that game and lost to the Bills. And they say, yeah, Joe Milton sucked. He's just one of the other bad quarterbacks. That's why I love Joe Milton. So hopefully he can do the stuff that Dak can do, but his head, his mental space, I love it. I love it. He said, yes, exactly, Dion. He said, I'm not wasting my opportunity. Why would you do that to yourself and allow them just to try? And I would say they sure would have. If he'd went out there and lost that game versus the Bills, everybody would have said, oh, yeah, Joe Milton's horrible. Oh, yeah. Yo, yeah, May's way better than him. Yeah, yeah. But no, he won that game, and what they do? They got rid of him. They got rid of him for nothing, too. We got that kid for nothing. Wish the best for him. Oh, wow, Connolly. Good. My Oregon Ducks getting picked. All right. Three more picks. Let me get one more. Be right back. Hey, Daddy, we got a guard. Super Bowl. We got a guard. Super Bowl. I like Solomon Thomas too. I love it. I love it. Melton is coming for Dak's job, and I absolutely love it. That's going to push Dak to where Dak is going to have to be MVP, or he's going to have to play the close to MVP level for everybody. Because if Dak doesn't play MVP level, then they're going to trash him like nobody's business. He has to play that good for them not to talk trash about him. So Dak's got to up his game like nobody's business. Yeah, I know. Henderson is very coveted too. I think people like him more than Judkins. Another all-in season. And I don't know how you can sell we're building for the future to the Cowboys fans when we can look over and see the Philadelphia Eagles build for the future and win now at the same time. What's wrong with winning now and building for the future at the same time? Why can't you do it at the same time? I mean, we're literally watching another team do it. So you can't say it can't be done. I'm okay with. Look, man, I am desperate for a weapon right now. Burden might be the best wide receiver in this draft. You know, a lot of things people didn't like about Tech. A lot of things people didn't like about Golden. A lot of things people didn't like about Emeka Ibuku. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, just drinking a little Cayman Jack. You know me and my margarita. At least Jerry could get us exciting players that make our games fun. Our games are just trash Dak after it's over, and that's it. Hey man, there's some smooth Jordans you got on, sir. Them some smooth Bills Jordans. That's a nice look, little dude. I know, but Daniel Hill, our issue is that we don't have receivers that create separation. That's the issue I had with Ted. That's the issue I had with Emeka, and that's Burden too. And Burden is the one who has been said that runs lazy routes. Let me turn it so that there we go. Oh, hey, look, boys, I'm a free agent now since I'm no longer a YouTube partner. I'm a free agent. If Cayman Jack want to write me a check, they can. I'll turn this thing around. Otherwise, I'm just drinking lemonade. I hope Michael Bozeman. Cornerback Maxwell Harrison. What's up, Antoine? You like that pick, Maxwell Harrison, Bills Mafia? I kind of figured Shador would still be on the board. Like I said, Shador's ceiling is Dak Prescott, and that's not a slight. That's Dak Prescott is a very good quarterback, but Dak Prescott is a quarterback that needs weapons around him to be effective. Most quarterbacks are like that. That's not a bad thing. The only quarterbacks that are not like that way: Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and that dude in Washington that I'm so mad they got. They're the extra ones. What the Eagles traded up for? No, the Eagles didn't trade up. Who did the Commanders get again? The Commanders got defense, didn't they? Who did the Commanders select? All right, good stuff, Antoine. Yeah, but that's not a bad thing, MM. You just have to know. I mean, you can win. You can win with the elite game managers just like you can win with the Josh Allens. You can win with both the same. The difference is you got to have the people around the game manager so he can manage the game. If you got a game manager and he don't have anybody to manage, then the game manager is much lesser. But this dude over here, he doesn't need as many players around him to manage, because if the play breaks down, a player like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson can just take off running and still make a good play. That's why they're extra. They can cover up mistakes on the team. But you can win with Dak Prescott just as easy as you can win with Lamar Jackson or what's his name? Josh Allen. You just have to put the right players around them. And we don't have anybody around Dak. Yeah, Garoppolo was minutes away. You could have won with Garoppolo. And Garoppolo is way nowhere near the quarterback Dak Prescott is. But they put the right system and put the right people around Garoppolo. Like being a sales manager with no consultants. Oh, yeah, they got Connolly. I hate that, too. Yeah. Commanders got another lineman to give Jaden Daniels more time. All right, the Eagles pick is in. This is going to annoy us. Who can the Eagles get really make me mad right now? Why would they move in front of Kansas City? Why would Philadelphia move in front of Kansas City? That was a weird trade. It would not bother me if they got another running back, because he wouldn't get that. That would be a first round pick that didn't get that much play. I know, right? The Eagles just do stuff to piss you off. Exactly, Michael Boss, man. The Eagles just do stuff just to make you mad. And they do it on purpose. It's just the Dallas Goedert thing. That's one of the things they did. The Dallas Goedert pick for Philadelphia was nothing but a troll. It was a troll pick. They picked him to laugh at us because his name was Dallas. He was a Dallas fan, and we needed a tight end, and he was going to be our pick. But the Eagles went and got Dallas Goedert, and now Dallas Goedert is a monster with Philadelphia all these years. And it came from a joke. I hate them. That's how the Philadelphia Eagles play this game. The bastards. Freedom. All right, two more picks and we're done for the night, guys. Two more picks and we're done for the night. Get this Eagles pick in so we can all get mad. I think we're all here just sitting like, what's about to happen now? I know. What if they get burdened? Because they know we need a wide receiver. Let's get burdened. Let's just figure out what the Cowboys need and let's just get one of them just to take one away. We need to drive a new name Philly. Philly Jones. Wide receiver from Colorado State, Philly Jones. Now what why? Why do you move from 30 why do you move 32nd to 31st? Whatever. The Philadelphia Eagles select Jahad Campbell. More defense. That dude looks big. That dude looks monstrous right there. Shador is going to, well, he's not going to the Giants. So he will be going, Shador will be going to the Raiders or the Saints or the Steelers tomorrow. All right, Chiefs pick is in. Let me wrap this thing up for tonight, right with this Chiefs pick. First thing I want to do is, if you see at the bottom of the screen, I have for information on Shango's College Football 26 Online League. Yes, I'm bringing back my league called the USFL. Me and my partner Noah. I'll talk to you about Noah more a little bit in just a second. But my partner and I, Noah, we're bringing back the USFL. And we are paying the members because I don't want people to leave. Leaving the leagues destroy the leagues. So we're gonna have a thing where the owners are actually creators and they're uploading all their videos and they're streaming their games and all that kind of stuff. And I will pay them. And if you win the college football championship, you get a monetary award. You get monetary award for certain in-season stuff. So it's going to be a pretty much a money league, and the money is there just to make sure that all 32 people stay in the league for the duration, because then you have a strong, super strong league. So I'm trying this. It's been on my mind for years and years and years. And I said I wasn't going to start a league again until I can pay everybody. Now, I don't know how much. We got to wait and see if Found gets picked up by Peacock and NBC first. But now I am taking applications in, and we will select the 32 teams, the 32 owners, and we're going to have one of the best leagues that has ever existed in gaming history. Hopefully. And my man Noah has a business called SoCal Business. He's helping me he's building my website. He's helping me on everything. He's repurposing. He's probably going to take this video right now and repurpose it or whatever. His business is called SoCal Business. And he can help you with website. I was going to give him a little spiel here. He can help you with the websites. He can help you with pretty much anything that has to do with internet, getting stuff out there. So I'll put his SoCobusiness.com. But I'll make sure I bring it tomorrow too as well. All right, guys. The Kansas City pick is coming in. That was perfect timing. I got business done. Right now, the leagues. You know, I started those Madden leagues way back in like 2008, nine, somewhere around there, and it's been the highlight of my life every year. It's been like until I had my kids. But yeah, and the only thing that messes those leagues up is people leaving. People leaving. Oh, man, this game sucks. Man, this game gets on my nerves. I'm out. Gotta stop that. Andy Reid, could you address a little bit better for draft night? Look like you at least got a haircut. All right, Mr. Irrelevant of the first round. That's true. The only time Patrick Mahomes did not win a Super Bowl is when he was not protected. That's true. Yeah, I wouldn't do anything right now because last year they got their weapon. That's what really made me mad last year. Even Kansas City know they got to get weapons. And they got the best quarterback in the league, and they know they got to get weapons. How do we know? Good job, Josh Simmons. All right, that is it, guys. I will be here tomorrow night, and we will continue this. But I will leave this stream telling you right now, if we do not draft a wide receiver tomorrow, I will lose my mind. This is the realest. If we think we're good at wide receiver right now, when we've lost so much at wide receiver and we've got to the point where we've even lost Brandon Cooks, who I never liked, who was still our second best receiver, can't do it. All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow.